Hey everybody, this week's Torah portion is Parshas Devarim. And in the beginning of this week's Torah portion, Moses decides to recount for the Jewish people all the things that had happened over the last 40 years. And one of the very, very interesting things he says is he recounts that there hit a point in their history when he decided this was just too much for him. Now, what was it that made him say, this is just too much, I can't take it anymore? So the Medrash says something very interesting. The Medrash says that if he would come early to work, people would start whispering, oh, it must be he's having problems at home and he's trying to get out early. And if he would come late, people would start whispering, oh, he's lazy, he's coming late. No matter what he did, people were always whispering things about him to try to put him down. But that's not what got him to say this is too much. What got him to say this is too much was the words, this is it. The Jewish people are like the stars in the heaven. Therefore, I can't take them anymore myself. Now, what does that mean that because they were like the stars in the heaven, therefore the Jewish people were unbearable? He had no problem with the fact that, it wasn't enough of a problem, the fact that people were trying to constantly put him down with whatever he did. But for some reason, the fact that they were like the stars in the heaven made him say, this is it, I can't take it anymore. Now, what was that exactly? Now, if you look throughout the Torah, you find two things that the Jews are compared to. One of them is the stars in the heaven, and the other is the dust in the ground. Now, why don't we always just call them the stars in the heaven, or always just refer to them as the dust in the ground? So one of the reasons is our rabbis tell us that when the Jews are united, we are like the dust on the ground, which is always clumped together. When we're divided, we're like the stars in the heaven, which, although from a perspective down here, they seem very close, perhaps, but when you get into the deeper into the universe, you see that they're actually very, very, very far apart. And what Moses was saying was, I can deal with people doing X, Y, and Z if it's geared towards me. But if they're going to be at a distance from each other, if they're going to be spread out and not be at peace with each other, that I can't deal with. I can deal with people mocking me. I can't deal with people not being at peace with each other. And that was what made him decide to throw in the towel, so to speak, in terms of asking for help from God. Because he said that if I can only lead the Jewish people if they are at peace with each other. This Sunday we're going to be sitting down and having time to reflect over the destruction throughout our history, the different things that happened to us throughout our history that were very difficult to deal with. And our rabbis tell us that those things really stemmed from us acting like the stars in the heaven, in the sense that we were spread out and not at peace with each other and not united. And this is the time period when we really try to focus on that and really try to ingrain in ourselves the importance of being united and being together and loving and caring for each other. On behalf of Makar, Shabbat Shalom.